Hi guys, this is Shalini and I'm back to you with another video. Today the topic is defibrillation. So if you like the video and the content, kindly do like, share and subscribe. Also let me know your valuable comments in the comment box. To begin with, defibrillation refers to asynchronous discharge of electric current to the myocardium and it is indicated for pulseless ventricular arrhythmias. The indications are pulseless ventricular tachycardia as you see here and ventricular fibrillation. Now let's quickly go through the types of defibrillators. The first one that you see in the panel here is called the external defibrillator. Here the paddles are directly placed onto the patient's chest. The second one that you see here is internal defibrillator. Basically this is the electrodes that is being shown in the picture. These electrodes are spoon-shaped electrodes which are directly placed onto the heart of the patient. And the third one that you see in this panel is automated external defibrillator, which can be used even by the lay people. This is the one which you will see in the ambulances or in malls in public places, where you have a set of instructions that is displayed onto the screen and you just have to follow the instructions to defibrillate the patient. The next one is internal cardioverter defibrillator. Here you have a pulse generator which is basically the size of a pocket and you will have wires coming out of the pulse generator. These will act like leads and it will try to sense any kind of arrhythmia, any kind of shockable arrhythmia and deliver defibrillation or cardioversion as needed. The last one that I'd like to show you is wearable cardioverter defibrillator. Again, this is a very customized one. You just have to put on the cardioverter or this defibrillator machine and it will try to sense the differences in rhythms, and if it is shockable rhythms, it will try to deliver shocks. So this is the fifth one. Next up is the type of waveforms. So we have monophasic waveform and biphasic waveform. In monophasic waveform, the flow of current is unidirectional, while in biphasic it is bidirectional flow of current. Most of the traditional defibrillators were monophasic in nature, but these days all that we have, at least most of it is biphasic, because the amount of energy needed is much less in comparison to the monophasic ones. Monophasic ones usually needs up to 360 joules of energy, while the same effect can be given by a biphasic defibrillator which will use only 120-200 joules of energy. Now to explain that a bit more, we have this picture. So in biphasic, what exactly happens is you have a paddle 1, you have paddle 2. The shock that is delivered from the first paddle goes to the second paddle and gets back. So the flow of current is bidirectional. But in case of monophasic, the flow of current is just in one direction. That is it is unidirectional. So to produce the same effect like that of a biphasic defibrillator, the monophasic ones would use more energy, more current. The positions of the paddles, the most commonest position is the anterolateral position, where you have the first paddle which is placed on the right upper sternal border across the second, third intercostal space, and the second paddle is placed across the fifth intercostal space along the mid-axillary line. On the other hand, there is another configuration where you place the paddles in the antero-posterior position, where you place one paddle in the front view and the second paddle is placed by the rear view. So that is the second position of the paddles. So moving on to the whole process of defibrillation, you find that the patient is unconscious, immediately call for help. Check for scene safety and assess for the pulse and respiration of the patient. If that is absent, you start CPR, that is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Connect the patient with the electrodes, and if you find that the rhythm is shockable, that is it is either pulseless VT or ventricular fibrillation, then you have to immediately get ready with the defibrillatory equipment. So let's move on to the pre-checks. So before you defibrillate the patient, you must make sure that the patient is not on any internal cardioverter defibrillator. Also ensure that you remove all the metallic objects, transdermal patches and medicines away from the patient. Now one very important thing is, for example, the patient is on any kind of pacemaker, then you must make sure that the paddle that you're going to place to deliver the shock is at least 10 centimeters away from the pulse generator. The next thing is you have to pre-oxygenate the patient 100% and then make sure that you put off all the power source and the oxygen source. The actual process of the defibrillation, make sure that you validate the arrhythmias, that it is either pulseless VT or VF, and ensure that the cardiopulmonary resuscitation is on till the defibrillator is ready. Then you apply the jelly onto the paddles very liberally. Ensure that the synchronous mode on the defibrillator is put off. This is put on only in case of cardioversion. And then you set the needed joules. You charge the whole equipment, that is, there is a charge button on the paddle. You have to charge the equipment, and then you position the paddles onto the chest of the patient and apply good pressure, which is indicated through a green light that is on the paddles of the defibrillator. Visually check whether the power source is off, the oxygen source is off, all the personnel around you, health personnel around you are away from the equipment, away from the bedside and away from the patient. Verbally check it, spelling out all clear, and then you deliver the shock. The post care of defibrillation, and one very important step is that you have to resume CPR. Defibrillation only helps you to terminate the arrhythmias. So you have to immediately resume CPR and reassess the pulse and the respiration only after giving CPR for 2 minutes. And then you check for any injuries and other things, and then document if the arrhythmias is terminated. So thank you. I hope today's video was useful. So if you like the video and the content, kindly do like, share and subscribe. Also let me know your valuable comments, your doubts, your clarifications and your topics of interest in the comment box. Otherwise, thank you and have a nice day.